For what purpose does the gentleman from Oregon seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, I have a motion to... Sorry, wrong script. It's been a long time. I claim the time in opposition to the motion to recommit.
The gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Well, if only we had a president who would take meaningful action against China. It's recently been revealed that the president was regular order, Madam Chair. I hear some kind of wheedling on that side or something. So, whining. Okay, whining. Yeah, we just recently found out that he begged Premier Xi Jinping to buy more farm products to help his re-election. And by the way, he said he liked the prison camps. He thought they were a good idea. He actually said that. So, if we had a president who would act against dictators, Putin murdering U.S. troops while he's still cozying up to Putin. So, this anything with China is a result of the MFN for China, which, granted, came under President Bill Clinton. I voted against it. A large majority of Republicans voted for it. Perhaps we have a different group of Republicans here now who wouldn't have voted for MFN for China or would support my resolution to withdraw from the WTO because of the WTO and the dominance of China and its lack of effectiveness. And I hope to have that vote later this year, although it was precluded during this time period by the Rules Committee. So we have the most stringent Buy America requirements of any part of the government in the transportation infrastructure sections of this bill. Most stringent. We closed the last loopholes for transit and rail being used by communist government-owned or controlled corporations in China. We've done that. And, it's time to bring things back to the United States of America. Bring back pharmaceutical production. Let's stop being driven by the pharmaceutical industry around here. I still remember the Medicare Part D vote, the Republican bill. It prohibited the government from negotiating lower drug prices because Big Pharma runs this place on that side of the aisle. And now, here we have, we've suddenly developed a concern about human rights and China. Well, you've been pretty absent for the last, when you were in the majority until very recently, 60% of my career has been in the minority. So the last time you held the majority for 10 years or so, you didn't do anything on any of these things. You had President Bush, he didn't do anything on any of these things. You got President Trump, who's cozying up to the dictator of China. And now you come here and say, we're going to fix all this with this vote. We have taken the strongest stand in the infrastructure sections of this bill, and it's fully within the rights of the president to take further action to punish China for these sorts of things. So with that, I recommend a no vote on this motion to recommit.
Madam Speaker, do not make those comments about the President of the United States to the floor.
The gentleman has not been recognized.
Madam Speaker,
members are reminded to direct their remarks to
parliamentary inquiry. Is it appropriate for the gentleman to make comments about the President of the United States on the floor as he did?
The Chair will not offer an advisory opinion.
The Chair is not going to offer an advisory opinion.
Members are reminded to direct their remarks to the Chair.
Members are reminded to direct their remarks through the Chair.
Without objection.
Without objection,